Hey guys, so in quarantine I've been reading Elantris, which is by Sanderson, and I haven't finished it yet, so I can't give you a review, but I figured that now would be a good time to do a short video on Edgedancer, which is a novella by Sanderson. So Edgedancer is a novella in the Stormlight archive. The Stormlight archive is basically a series of books about Roshar and the Knights Radiant, and they tend to be about 400,000 words long each. So the novella is definitely a lot shorter than that. But the novella comes right after Words of Radiance and is before Oathbringer, and it follows the character Lift, who I think was introduced in Words of Radiance. So the thing about this novella is you kind of have to have read the Stormlight archive in order to really appreciate it. I suppose that you could just read it on its own, but it would be kind of spoilery for important things that happen in The Way of Kings and Words of Radiance. So this is kind of an esoteric video that I'm doing right now, but I figured that it would be fun to do because I really liked Edgedancer. So Lift, the protagonist of the novella, is an Edgedancer, as you might have guessed. An Edgedancer is basically one of the orders of the Knights Radiant, which are basically the magical soldiers of the Stormlight archive. If you want to learn more, you can go read the Stormlight archive. We have plenty of time in which to do so, but basically Lift has decided that she is going to kind of leave this safe place which she got into at the end of Words of Radiance and kind of seek out this person who has been trying to kill her. And what the guy has been trying to do to her is related to the rest of the story, and yet this is a very small scale. And it's very focused on Lift and her character development and her not wanting to change, but also kind of being forced to confront the world and grow up a little bit, and also progress on to saying her second oath, which is an important part of being a Knight Radiant. It's you give oaths and you build more power. So one of the reasons that I liked this novella was the Edgedancer, I guess, oaths. So in Words of Radiance, Lift gave her first oath. This isn't much of a spoiler, I think it's okay for me to say it, but it was, "I will remember those who have been forgotten." And that really resonated with me personally. I'm not exactly sure why, but I like the idea of remembering those who have been forgotten and being an advocate for the people who don't tend to kind of have someone to appreciate them. I don't know, I've kind of felt like that's a role that I want to play in my own life, in my own circles, and I appreciated how there was a specific order of Knights Radiant, that was kind of focused on paying attention to the oppressed when no one else would. The second oath comes up in Edgedancer. I'm not going to say it because that would be kind of spoilery, slightly, not really very much, but it was also along those lines and I really appreciated it. So I thought that Edgedancers were really cool. They have cool powers, friction, and I think it's called abrasion and progression. Basically, she can become frictionless and heal people. Cool. Yeah, side note, I took a little Knights Radiant quiz thing the other day and came up with Edgedancer as my order of Knight Radiant, so that was awesome because usually on personality tests I get like weird answers that make no sense. Now there are some content warnings on this book. Lift as a character is pretty crass, so she compares certain things to parts of the male anatomy at one point. I think that there are a few other things that are just kind of gross that she compares things to. She's a street kid. There's no swearing, but there are those crude references, so you kind of have to make your own decision about that. If you've read the Stormlight archive and you like Lift and are okay with her and kind of want to have a fun, a little bit more personal adventure, I guess, in that world, then Edgedancer is a fun novella that is personal in a way that the bigger, enormous Stormlight archive tomes are not really as big on, I guess. Alright, so that's Edgedancer. That was kind of a weird, I guess, tangent to go on, since I'm guessing most people haven't read the Stormlight archive, and might not, but if you are not too scared of big books, or even if you are and you need something to do, the Stormlight archive starts with The Way of Kings. It's really long, but hey, you've got lots of time, you're in quarantine. So anyways, I hope you're staying encouraged and healthy, and I plan to post more videos soon. Thank you for watching.